Alright guys, here's my lead. This is all old tire and wheel weights. I get them from some local garages around here. Usually it's a pretty good mix of zinc and lead, so you know I'm going to get a lot of zinc out of it, but for the most part it's pretty good. I spent a day and a half, or actually not even a full day, just like random stops while I was out doing my other jobs, and I picked up a 6-gallon bucket full, and that's what all that is. It's already been separated and sorted out, and you can see I've got all those little pieces out of there. It's already been all sorted out and clean. What I use is some people use a turkey broaster thing, and they'll they'll hook a big propane tank up to it. Me, I don't. I like to take it slow and keep it small and simple. So I just use a simple little single eye propane burner. Got it from Walmart. I got it from Farm and Fleet. It's like 30 bucks. It's really good quality. Actually, it's actually a Coleman, so it's name brand. I couldn't find no non-name brand stuff. And then this pot is perfect because it has little spouts on either side of it, so it works good to pour the lead out. But I got this pot for $3.50 at a salvage shop. Went in there and picked it up. And then the thermometer I got at Farm and Fleet also. Paid like $6 or $7 for it. And then some of this other stuff, I use this bowl here for my slag or dross or whatever you guys want to call it. And then I got this really cool spoon. I got both of these things at a yard sale. The pan was 50 cents and this was a quarter, 75 cents. And it works a lot better than that dude's slotted spoon for $1 at Walmart. This one's actually a full-size, cooking spoon. Works a lot better. You can use the cupcake pan if you want to. I decided against it. Here's the reason why. Cupcake pan, it's a real thin metal. You have to wait a really long time for the lead to cool before you dump the ingots out of here, and I really didn't want to wait because I had so much to do and I only have 2 big cupcake pans. I didn't want to wait, so what I did was I broke out the cast iron skillet looking thing. This one actually has 8 wedges in it. All right, so you can do 8 ingots at one time in one pan, and the ingots weigh about 2 pounds a piece. So you're going to get a nice little 2-pound wedge per, and then I'll give you some math facts in the comments below. Basically, that's about all you need to get going. I'm going to go ahead and make a couple batches and get everything nice and hot so that it doesn't take so long to make the video, and then I'll bring you guys back on and bring you back up to speed. Alright guys, I'm going to show you guys where we're at. I've already made some ingots. But I'm going to show you what the process consists of. So come on over here and I'll show you where we're at right now. Now I've just poured some ingots into our mold, and so those are cooling right now. But I want to show you what I did was I already had some lead melted down. I had about a half a pot melted down, poured it into the mold. But whenever you pour your mold, leave a little bit let me show you here. Leave a little bit of the lead in the bottom of it. All right. Now what that's going to do is it's going to speed up the process for when you add your wheel weights to it. So I'm going to show you here. All you got to do, your lead's nice and hot. If you want to use a thermometer, just to double check where your temperature's at on it, you should be setting right around 600 degrees. 600 degrees is going to be a good temperature. It's going to let your lead melt thoroughly, and it's going to be nice and at a molten stage, so it's easy to work with, easy to pour, but it's not going to be so hot that it's going to melt your little metal clips in zinc. So leave a little bit of liquid in there. Go ahead and put your weights in there. Now you can put, if anybody knows anything about wheel weights, with lead being toxic or whatever, they're trying to move away from lead wheel weights and start using zinc. And so you're going to have some zinc wheel weights in with your stuff. And that's okay, because that's the reason why it's important to have your temperature at about 600 degrees. It's going to allow the lead to melt, but not melt the zinc. And then you're just going to skim your zinc off the top with your metal clips once all your lead melts. So what we're going to do is push this down in here. Try to get it all even there. Doesn't have to be perfect, but a little even. And then we're going to put the lid on it and let it set till it melts down. Usually takes about 10-15 minutes, if that, and you'll be good to skim. Alright, now it's that time to cook down. We put all the lead in. Remember, we left a little bit of lead in the bottom, and then that way it helps the stuff to melt better. So now what we're going to do, whenever you recycle lead wheel weights, you're going to have a lot of trash. You can see all the metal clips and stuff in here now. So basically all you want to do, I use an old kitchen spoon with holes already in it, and it works pretty good. It lets the lead drop out the bottom of it. But I'm just going to rake all the metal clips, and you can see right there, there's a full weight. That's one of the zinc weights there. Just going to pull it out, put it in our slot pile over here, and you just want to make sure you get all that out of there. Don't be afraid to rake the bottom of it. It helps get some of the burnt stuff off the bottom. Rake the sides pretty good there. Alright, now let's talk about fluxing a little bit. A lot of people say that you don't have to flux when you're cleaning it, when you're breaking it down or recycling it, you're making your ingots. There's a lot of people that flux, there's a lot of people that don't flux. A lot of people say that the oil and stuff and the brake dust and tar and everything that's on wheel weights acts as a flux. To me, it makes more sense because I want to have the cleanest lead I can get to make the hardest bullets I can make. So what I do is I put it in the bucket like I explained earlier. I wash them down, let them dry really well, and then I melt them down. And what I use for flux is I use candle wax. And basically all you do is once you scrape all your big stuff out of there while your lead's good and hot, you just drop your wax in there. You see it's going to melt down. And then what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and torch it and let it burns off the smoke. And it also ignites the wax, and it burns all the impurities out of it. Now, one thing I do is I flux it at this stage, and then I also, when I get ready to make my bullets, I'll use an actual powder flux in the furnace. But we'll go over that whenever we get to that stage. Basically, you're going to let it smoke, you're going to let it burn off, it's going to go out on its own. And you see now how it's starting to turn brown. It's pulling all the impurities out of the lead right now. And what you can also do is go around the sides. You want to scrape the sides of the pot. Kind of let all that stick to the wax or flux or whatever you want to call it. And it's going to make a nice little layer of dross on the top of it, slag. And then you're just going to scrape the top, skim the top, and what you're looking for is that nice mirrored finish. So we'll just scrape the top off of here. A solid spoon works a little bit better to scrape your dross off the top with, because it won't leak back out of the spoon on you. But basically, we're just going to skim right across the top here, pull all this to one side. Try to get as much of it out as you can. The thing about it, at this stage, you don't have to get it all out, but you want to get the most that you can. It just makes it that much easier, and it keeps your furnace a lot cleaner. Furnace costs a lot of money, and it's lasts a lot longer if you go ahead and get most of it out, as much as you can anyway. All right. Now that we got that done, we're going to go ahead and pour some ingots. Alright, now remember what I said, leave leave a little bit of the lead in the bottom of the pot, and then that way when you add your wheel weights, they cook down a lot faster if there's a little bit of lead already in there. So I'm just going to drop these in there, and then kind of spread them out a little bit, get a little bit more even. Then we'll put the lid back on it and we'll make another batch. Now let me show you guys something. These here, they're still very hot and they're not completely set up yet. But what you're looking for safety to go ahead and break them out of your mold is when it starts to frost over. You can see there, these are pretty frosty already. They set up pretty quick. So we're going to let those set for just a second, and then we're going to knock them out. So those have been set and should be long enough by now. So we're going to take them right over here and just turn it upside down, give it a little whack, and there's your ingots. Now these are still extremely very hot, so don't touch them. We're going to spread them out here a little bit so they cool a little bit better. But you can see that I've already made all of these this morning. We weighed them. I've got a little kitchen scale. We weighed one of them. They're about 2 pounds a piece. So it's kind of the perfect size for adding to your furnace. If you look over here, you remember what I started with this morning. This is what's left. So we still have over half of my lead left, or my wheel weights that we started with, and we've already made that many ingots. And there's a lot of zinc in here. So it just shows that a 6-gallon, 5-gallon bucket is going to go a long way for making ingots.